Hey y'all, welcome to Heritage Ways. Welcome to my last video that is in the YouTube Thanksgiving YouTube Thanksgiving dinner series, or the potluck, the virtual potluck. I have very much enjoyed sharing this series with 8 other cooks, 8 other channels. You can check out those channel listings down below. They are clickable links. My oven's heated up for our pies for today. But anyway, you can check on those clickable links down below and go see, visit their channels, hit the subscribe button. And also, I have a playlist of all of the videos in this series. I hope I didn't leave anything out. If I did, somebody let me know, because I had to manually add those. So let me know if I left a video out. But I have 2 orders of business I want to mention today. First of all, there is a resident fly around here. So if you see me do this, just know, I don't know. I think he's trying to find a home for the winter. The other thing I want to mention is at the last, or one of the most recent videos I did, I think it was either last night or the night before, a lot of people mentioned my aprons that I have, that I wear. I do wear different kinds with the strap and the wraparound and so forth. I don't know if you can see it, but so the deal is, I'm mentioning this because several people asked, but I do make these to sell. I started last year, calendar year. That was my big thing to debut or to put out. This year it was been my cookbook. But anyway, I sell these. I call them the Town Day apron, and they have pockets, they're lined. I have some that are unlined, but anyway, I'm not taking orders at this time. I quit taking orders when I was finishing up my cookbook this summer, and then I got sick, and now it's the holidays. So they do take some time to make. I do it, you know, cut them out, custom orders. You pick the fabric, you pick the size, you pick lined or unlined, and it does take me quite a while to make one, and so I just don't want to hurry and mess it up or not give it my all. I know that a lot of you probably would love to have them as Christmas gifts, and I apologize for that, but here's what I will do. I will put a link down below in the description box where you can go to the website, and you can do everything. You can read about it, you can look at sizes and all that. You can see different aprons modeled on different size of ladies, real ladies, my family. And so you can see all that. You just can't order, so there are no prices over there. I do have to reevaluate my prices now that things have gone up and shipping has gone up. Patrons do get, the Heritage Keepers patrons do get a discount on aprons. That's the top tier on patrons. And then all patrons get priority. So we'll talk about that later. I can talk to you about that after the holidays. I may open it up for orders, to place orders. Got lint blowing around. I might open it up sometime in December if you want to place an order, but just as long as you understand it won't be made until after Christmas. So that is the deal with the aprons, and this is the same fabric that I made my curtains out of, my kitchen curtains too, so I don't have any more of this. Another thing I need to do on the website is to update all the fabrics that I have. So I'll be spending time doing that, maybe December, middle, end, or 1st of January. So that answers the question of where do I get most of my aprons. Any that are made like this, I have made them, and I have several like that. All right, well, today we are going to make a dessert. Now, my other 2 videos for this series, this potluck dinner, were unusual. I know it was turnips and it was oysters. I know that's odd to some people, and this one may be odd to some people. This is sweet potato pie. Now, I love sweet potato pie. I love pumpkin pie. There's a difference. I do like both of them. So maybe we can do a video comparing and doing a, you know, sweet potato pie versus pumpkin pie. I don't know. So anyway, let's get started today. This recipe makes 2 pies. This recipe will be in one of my future cookbooks. It'll be in my holiday cookbook. That'll be coming out later, much later. As you can tell, I have a lot of projects going on, a lot of projects that I work on. So anyway, you don't have to have the cookbook. You get the recipe today. I will write it on my website, and I will put a link to that also in the description box. So while the intro's playing its little song, why don't y'all hit the subscribe button and go ahead and hit the like button if you enjoy cooking shows, recipe tutorials. And I'll meet you over here behind my butcher block table, and we'll whip up some sweet potato pie. This is a sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving, but you can also obviously make it any time of year, holidays, any time of year. Now, I have baked, I've got 6. The recipe calls for 2 pounds of sweet potatoes and then to boil them, to cook them. But I chose to bake them. They're easier, so they don't look very pretty here on my little pan. I baked them 2 days ago, actually. And I've got 6. I did measure it out. The total of all these is 4 pounds. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to take 3 of those and I'm going to peel them, take the peeling off and the ends here. I think it's much easier to peel them when they've been baked like this instead of peeling them and then boiling them. It's just much easier this way. So this is what I prefer. And you know, that's just that looks like burn, and it is in a sense, but that's also caramelized, you know, sweet potato sugar, so it doesn't bother me at all. Now, in the background, I have told the kids, they are over there at the table playing Clue, the board game Clue, and I have told them it is fine for them to keep on playing, and if they need to whisper, they can. So if you hear that going on in the background, that's what's going on. Alright, so I am going to call this 2 pounds right there. I'm going to put this in the compost, and I'm going to cut off anything I think might be undesirable. Now, it looks, we're going to deal with the stringiness of sweet potatoes here in a minute as well. So let me clean this up and come back to us. We'll save this for another use. Alright, we'll be happy to know that we killed that fly, finally. Let me clarify. You can peel the sweet potatoes, 2 pounds. You can peel them, cut them up, boil them like if you were boiling white potatoes to mash them. I feel like that releases too much of the vitamins and minerals. I think it's too complicated. Fewer steps, better nutrition, I feel like, if you bake them. So that's my preference. So 2 pounds, roughly, of cooked sweet potatoes. Now, I looked in the store the other day to see if there were canned sweet potatoes that are not canned in the syrup. I didn't find any. So you can can your own sweet potatoes. I have never canned sweet potatoes, but I have canned oodles of white potatoes. In fact, I've got some to do, and I hope to make a video about it when I do that. So anyway, this is what we're going to do. We're going to beat this with this hand mixer. You can do it with a stand mixer too, but my stand mixer, I have to fight with it because the switch is broken, and I don't feel like fighting with it today. So what I'm going to do is beat this, and then the stringy parts are going to wrap around the tines here, or the wires of the blade. Whoo, I can't think of the blades, and I'm just going to get those off and throw them away. So that's how you can eliminate that. Same is true a lot of times with bananas, oddly enough. So after I get these whipped or beaten, I'm going to add the softened butter. Now, if these were hot, the butter would melt, and that's fine, but it's still going to be okay. Okay, I just tap off the excess, and this, if the stringy part, I call it the stringy part, you can just rinse that off if you want. I just rinsed it off. And of course, I unplugged it before I put it in water. Okay. Now, I'm going to add a stick of butter. I think I indicated 2 sticks a while ago, but it is 1 stick, which is half a cup. And I'm just going to beat that as well. And then I'm going to add a cup of sugar. All right, the next thing is 3 eggs. Okay, then a half a cup of evaporated milk and a half a cup of sweetened condensed. I think that's the only thing I don't like about this recipe is that, you know, what are you going to do with the remaining sweetened condensed milk and evaporated milk? So that is the only thing I don't care for. Other than that, this recipe is very, very good. Now, a trick I love to use is to spray my measuring cup when I'm doing something sticky like this, and it will slide right out. There you go. And then, and it just slid right out. And then I'm going to do the half a cup of evaporated milk. Now, we used evaporated milk in those oysters the other night. You know, you could use evaporated milk in a lot of things. Or a teaspoon of nutmeg. I think that's why I love the pumpkin pie so much, is because of the nutmeg. It doesn't call for pumpkin pie spice like pumpkin pie does. There we go. But it, the nutmeg is just, stands alone. It's just so good. It's not too much, just the right amount. This is a teaspoon of lemon extract. Kind of wakes up the potatoes and everything in there. Wakes it all up. Now, my grandmother-in-law, Mr. Patience Granny Brewer, made this at Thanksgiving every year. And I didn't grow up with pumpkin. I grew up with pumpkin pie, not sweet potato pie. You know, a lot of families, they'll have one or the other. So let me know in the comments down below. Do you have, not necessarily do you prefer one or the other, necessarily, but at your family table, do y'all have pumpkin pie or sweet potato pie for Thanksgiving, or not at all? But anyway, she made sweet potato pie, and I thought it was so good, and that's when I started making it, after I first started coming around to their family. Mixing this all up, I can smell the lemon and the nutmeg. It's a good combination. We're going to fill 2 unbaked. These are frozen pie crusts. That's actually what the original recipe calls for. Alright, so 350 for 45 to 50 minutes on the lower rack of the oven. Alright, I have cooked these about 6 extra minutes because they didn't look set to me. So that is actually an hour, pretty much an hour. Yeah, 55 to 60 minutes is what I did. Alright y'all, it's time to taste the pie. It is completely cooled because I had a meeting to go to and I let it sit here and cool. But look at that. Oh my word, it's going to be so good. Let's taste it. It really is delicious. I hope y'all try sweet potato pie. And don't forget to let me know in the comments, is this usually on your Thanksgiving table? Not necessarily do you like it, but is this or pumpkin pie on your Thanksgiving table? Talk to you next time. Bye-bye.